baby, right back into the action for another day of the week. Welcome to the Thursday edition of Chasing That Paper, presented by VegasInsider.com. Bit of a weird night in sports here tonight, right? We got the Jets, Jags, we got a bunch of nothing in the NBA, just 2 games. Decent slate in the NHL, though, so I'll have 4 total picks for you guys covering those 3 leagues. Coming off a rough day for myself yesterday, went 1-3. The under for Celtics and Pacers squeaked through for us, so thankfully avoided the reverse sweep there. But Kevin Rogers had the good kind of sweep. He went 3-0 with his college basketball picks. That's the second straight week that Kevin Rogers went 3-0 with his college basketball picks. So we'll make sure we have him on more often, hopefully once a week at least. So give Kevin a follow on Twitter, VI Rogers. You will find him there. Okay, guys, before we get into the picks, let me tell you a little bit about our sponsor here, the King of Sportsbooks, BetMGM. Kick off your day of sports betting with the King of Sportsbooks. Sign up with BetMGM using bonus code VIBONUS. And your first wager is risk-free up to $1,000. That's VIBONUS. All one word, no spaces, and your first wager is risk-free, up to $1,000. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. You must be 21 or older. BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. All right, Thursday night football. A bit of a, I don't know, it's a game that kind of has playoff implications. A bit of a weird one, though. I can't quite put my finger on in terms of spread or total. You know, you have the Jaguars. They got all the momentum in the world, but their defense hasn't been so good on the road. Meanwhile, the Jets, you know, maybe a bit of home field advantage here. Their defense has been lights out. Then again, the quarterback situation. Then you factor in the rain and the wind. I can't make sense of it. So I'm going to go with a prop for my best bet. My best bet for the Thursday night football game. I'm going to take Zach Wilson to run for over 11.5 yards. Let's dig into this one. So, of course, we know a big story of this game is the rain and the wind. And this could have a real impact in the game. Throwing is tough in general for Wilson, but with the potential for heavy rain and wind, it might not be ideal for the inaccurate quarterback to toss it up 35 times like he did last week. Maybe a coincidence, but in his last 3 games where he's had fewer than 30 pass attempts, he's gotten into the 20s for rushing yards. Maybe a few extra opportunities to take off tonight, given the weather conditions. Average of 16.6 rushing yards over his last 5 games. And a stat I love here, the Jags have allowed the 6th most rushing yards to opposing quarterbacks, allowing an average of 24.4 per game. Dak Prescott and Ryan Tannehill each topped this number versus them in the past 2 weeks. I like Wilson to get to at least 12 rushing yards tonight in New Jersey. Well, what a shitty night for the NBA here. Anyone excited for these games? You know, no Zion for the Pelicans. So we get the big Jonas Valanciunas versus Jakob Poeltl game tonight in New Orleans. So that's the game that I'll focus on. I got a prop I like for this one. And that prop is on the pride of Lithuania. My favorite Lithuanian basketball player, Jonas Valanciunas. I like him to go over 27.5 points plus rebounds. No Zion in the lineup here tonight, so he should be busy without Zion, who's being held out due to being in health and safety protocol. This makes things pretty light in the Pelicans' front court, especially with Brandon Ingram still out. Ingram and Zion combined for about 46 points and 12 rebounds per game. So that's a lot of production to spread around. For what it's worth, Valanciunas, the pride of Lithuania, is coming off an insane performance on Monday where he had 37 points and 18 rebounds. Hopefully he can ride that momentum into tonight. This is a great matchup for him offensively. The Spurs can't defend the paint. They are dead last in points allowed in the paint over the last 10 games, so hopefully a couple easy ones for the big man. And he's played the Spurs twice already this season, and he had 32 combined points and rebounds on 2 separate occasions versus them in those games. He played just 26 minutes in each of those games, so hopefully we see his minutes get into the 30s here tonight. Valanciunas over 27.5 points plus rebounds. All right, we are now off to the ice for a pair of ice dogs. We start things off with the Battle of New York. Give me the Islanders plus 138 at Madison Square Garden against the Rangers. So analytics, dig into them. They favor the Islanders in this matchup. You know, neither team very strong, but the Islanders come out ahead in expected goals for percentage and high danger chances for percentage over the last 10 games. Like a little brother playing with a chip on their shoulder, they've dominated the Rangers, winning 8 of the last 10 matchups, including the first 2 games this season. Ilya Sorokin, the pride of Russia, who's expected to be in between the pipes for the Islanders tonight, had a shutout in his lone start against them this season. He led just 1 goal in his lone start against them last season. And the Rangers aren't getting enough pucks on net. Just 27th in shots on net over the last 10 games. Also 27th in high danger chances for in that span. Leaning way too much on their defense. I think the Islanders upset them tonight at Madison Square Garden. All right, next up, dogs don't stop. Let's wrap things up with an even money dog. Ho, 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 ho. The LA Kings coming in at even money, plus 100 with the Calgary Flames. And kind of quite simply, Calgary shouldn't be favored in this game. Why is Calgary the favorite in this game? They're on the road versus a team with a better record. The Kings also rank better in key analytics over the last 10 games. And you dig into the numbers on the road for Calgary, pretty ugly. 23rd and 24th in expected goals for percentage and high danger chances for percentage over the last 10 games on the road. Kings, meanwhile, top 10 in each of these categories at home in their last 10 games. Also on a decent 8-4 stretch on their home ice at the former Staples Center since late October. Give me the Kings being undervalued here big time versus the struggling Calgary Flames. All right, 4 picks in 5 minutes. You gotta like that. A light night, man. I was digging into these NBA games. It took them a while to come out with some of these props. I'm digging into turnover props for Jordan Clarkson, blocks and steal props. So that tells you what kind of night it is in the NBA. Guys, I want to tell you about the Vegas Insider app. The Vegas Insider app gives you all the major sports betting odds at your fingertips, along with picks and expert breakdowns. You could shop for the best odds, find props, features, and plenty more with the app. If you want more Vegas Insider content, like our shows, videos, and podcasts, you can find it all on the app in the media section. Download the Vegas Insider app on Apple or Android. Bet better with the Vegas Insider app. All right, Thursday Night Football. This one has the makings of a traditional Thursday Night Football game. Remember Thursday Night Football games used to always suck? I know they haven't been great this season, but it seemed like it was always teams like the Jets and the Jaguars lined up to play in a low-scoring game. I think that's what we might see tonight. Strange that the total dropped earlier in the week, but not so much today, over the past 24 hours even. So who knows what type of impact that wind and that rain. Don't go too crazy with the weather. Sometimes, like the game on Saturday night between the Dolphins and the Bills, everyone's pounding the under on that. I think they combined for what? They got into the high 50s in that game, I think. So, yeah, it's all about the wind, really. Okay, so we put up a poll on our Twitter account earlier here at VegasInsider.com asking you guys to weigh in with your pick. 66.3% of the people on the Jags at +2. Not really surprising. I know everyone, Zach Wilson, he's become like one of the most hated players in the NFL this season. Not that that surprises me. He acted like an asshole in that press conference, but, you know, we'll see if he can redeem himself. We'll see what type of game he can have tonight. I don't know, guys. I might lean the Jets in this situation because the Jaguars' defense on the road, I know they played decently versus the Titans last time out, but overall, don't forget, they're 3 weeks removed from getting their ass kicked in Detroit versus the Lions. I know the Lions are better now. And I know people tend to judge prisoner of the moment type of stuff with the Jags, right? Coming off a couple of very exciting wins. I don't know, maybe they get brought back down to earth versus a very tough Jets defense. I'll be cheering for the Jags, though. You guys know I'm a Dolphins fan, and there's playoff implications here. So go Jags. Best of luck with your bets tonight. All right, let's get into some viewer picks here. We had a lot of submissions here today. Dr. Winston Vanderkoots the fourth. Where's that? Yeah, Dr. Winston Vanderkoots. He's on the Jags money line as well. Okay, let's see what the great doctor here thinks. The Jets are reeling, and the Jaguars have all the confidence in making a run. Trevor Lawrence is looking like the QB they hired. Illinois is facing Mizzou for bragging rights tonight, and Con is in Illini. I don't know what the hell that has to do with this game, the Illinois-Mizzou game. I wish you good luck with your pick, but I don't think you should be factoring Illinois versus Mizzou in your handicap for Jets-Jaguars tonight. But who knows? Maybe the Jags rise to the occasion for Con because of the Illinois game. Anyhow, what's next? Schreckengast. He's with me on the Islanders. He goes through a bunch of analytics there, and kind of as I pointed out, neither team very strong, but the Islanders have been better. Islanders 8-2 in the last 10, like I pointed out as well, and Sorokin, like the little brother with a chip on his shoulder, going into Madison Square Garden to take on the Rangers. He's been great versus them in his career, a 199 goals against average. So yeah, he's with me. I like aligning with Nathan on that one. Let's see what we have next here. Analytical Shin. He likes the first half under. Jets have scored only one touchdown in their past three first halves. Jaguars scored only 3 touchdowns in their past 3 first halves. Wilson stinks, yes. Trevor puts up points in the second half. Jets defense underrated, and weather gonna be a factor. Well, I don't think the Jets defense is underrated. I think they're properly rated. I think most people would agree that this is probably a top 6-7 defense in the NFL. And you know, you got the team from Florida coming up to play in the cold and the wet and the wind. Yeah, so I don't disagree with that pick at all. We wish our guy good luck with that one. We see what's next here. Producer Tito weighing, and you guys might recall Producer Tito went 0-2 with picks he made on Friday's show. Then he took a couple days off. So he's going to try to redeem himself, crawl out of a hole that he's digging himself. I often say that Tito is a great fade, so we'll see how this one works out for him. He likes Uzoma. I know he's talking about. For some reason, I can't pronounce the name, to go over 9.5 receiving yards. Jags are one of the worst teams in the NFL at covering tight ends, 27th. Give up an average of 60 yards per game to the tight ends. Uzoma has gone over this number 5 of his last 6. 1 catch. Could hit this bet. Yeah, I could see Wilson targeting the tight ends here tonight. Some short passes, maybe. Who knows what the weather's going to be like. I don't know if that's it, or if we got one more, maybe. Boise State money line. Captain Axe's locks. This guy's weighed in plenty of times before. We have one more after this, actually. He likes Boise State minus 135. Boise State 8-3 ATS, won 6 of last 7. SC 5-8 ATS, lost 2 of their last 8, with last 6 coming at home. Boise State have net ranking of 39, while SC is 115. Santa Clara in quarter 1 and quarter 2. I don't know what he's talking about with some of this stuff here. But yeah, Boise State's an offensive wagon there, averaging 57.1 points per game. Let's go Broncos. All right, one more here, I think. World Cup Junior. Yeah, I saw this one come in, so yeah, let's read through this. On TNF, it is usually the winning strategy to just bet on the better quarterback. I don't know if there's any data to back that up, to be fair. I don't doubt that he's wrong. But yeah, Lawrence is absolutely the hottest QB in the NFL. I don't know, yeah, and Wilson is, well, he's Zach Wilson. Jaguars money line plus 110 seems like a good bet. Yeah, this one's so close. It's so hard to call. Who knows what we're going to get from Zach Wilson? You know, I chewed this guy out about, 3 or 4 weeks ago after he had that press conference thing. I put him on blast, and you consume media after that Jets game, and people are just absolutely killing this guy, you know? I've said it many times before, and now I know Zach Wilson's a favorite punching bag. It was funny because he kind of endeared himself to everybody coming into the season. That situation with his mom's friend, who knows what the full story on that is. But the fact of the matter is, we don't give young quarterbacks enough time to develop in this league, and people just can't wait to tear these guys down. I've been guilty of it too, but hey, it's the truth, you know. It's funny, like in past years, we've had Patrick Mahomes come in. I know he sat for his first year, but his first year playing, he was absolutely dynamite. We're like, okay, this guy's going to be a Hall of Famer. Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert come in, and they're fantastic right away. But that's usually not the case with quarterbacks. You know, you go all the way back to John Elway and Peyton Manning. Those guys weren't great in their rookie years. These guys need time to develop, and people want them to be Pro Bowl talent right away. Speaking of the Pro Bowl, Tua not getting voted into the Pro Bowl, I don't know, seems a little unusual. I don't know. I don't like to be one of these guys who complain about who got snubbed from the All-Star and whatnot, but, you know, the guy ranks first in so many categories. So it seems like some bullshit right there to me, but hey, they're not even playing the Pro Bowl this year. They're doing like skills competition or something like that. Anyhow, guys, it is now time for today's handicapper heat check, presented by VegasInsider.com. I'm just rambling at this point. Your home for the best expert picks in the business since 1997. Alex Smart is on fire, going 7-2 in all sports yesterday. 6-1 in the bowl season so far, and 5-1 in the NBA over his last 2 days. Scott Pritchard hit 4 straight NFL winners and is on a 31-12 NFL run. Wow, tearing it up during the stretch run of the season here. Bill Marzano swept the board, went 3-0 last night. He was 8-3 in bowl games. Visit VegasInsider.com/picks for today's top plays. That's your handicapper heat check. Stay hot, bettors. Woo! All right, guys, that's it. Quick one today, 15 minutes in and out. No Ian today. You need to check himself into rehab for sex addiction, unfortunately. So he'll be calling in tomorrow to give his favorite picks for Week 16 NFL games. Of course, every Friday we go all in on the NFL. And just a quick reminder, just one show next week. We're going to be on next Thursday. We'll be covering the entirety of NFL Week 17 on that show. Going to have a little break for the holidays. You can keep your eye on my Twitter, though, and of course the Vegas Insider Twitter for more information during the days that we will not be on. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Make sure you check us out again tomorrow for the big NFL show. Good luck with your bets tonight, unless you are fading me. And as always, keep chasing that paper. Woo!